Hey Tessa, my name is Clayton. I work nights and I get off at about 3 o'clock. And when you're doing the Target University live stream thing, I noticed that you had tweeted it. I clicked on the link and you were playing guitar with another gentleman and a guy playing a piano. And I noticed that, for a lack of a better term, you seemed kind of lost at some points. That these guys were trying to play in keys that you weren't familiar with, or you didn't know the chords. And so I want to try to help give you a little bit more ammunition as far as your chords go. Now, I noticed that when you play your F chord, you play it like this, if I can do it, like that. I play an F chord much like that. I do my B string. Where's that string? Yeah. Oh, my credibility is going straight out the window. B string, 1st fret. And I have my middle finger on the 2nd fret G string, and I have my pinky on the 3rd fret D string. Then I have my ring finger right above my pinky on the 3rd fret A string. And then I wrap my thumb around, and you can either wrap and play that 1st fret on the low E, or you can mute it. That's how I play an F chord, and that's kind of that's the first tip. The second thing is if you've got a song that plays F, G, A, for instance, that's a lot of movement, right? You've got your hard F chord, you've got your G chord, and you got your A chord, which works, right? But if you play in that formation that I just mentioned, this is an F chord. If you slide it up 2 frets, guess what? It's a G chord. And if you slide it up 2 more, it's an A chord. If you slide it up again 2 more frets, it's a B chord. And over the guitar, you have these patterns that repeat, and that's kind of how I look at guitar. I look at patterns. Same thing happens with an E chord. You play an E, you slide it up a few frets, you get all these different chords that happen, and it's pretty interesting. Same thing with a C. You can play, if I play the right chord here, if you play a C chord, which is just like my F chord, it's just I move these 3 fingers up 1 fret. Slide that up. It's like a D sus chord, and it gives you a little bit different voicing on your chords. And so, man, I remember being starting out playing guitar, and I had a couple of friends that had been playing for years, and they were fantastic guitar players, and they would say, okay, we're going to play in the key of B minor, and I would have no idea what was going on. And one of them would play chords, and the other guy they would take turns doing runs and stuff, and I would sit in the back and kind of, what's going on? Alright, can we put it in the key of G? I know G. But those are some things that will help you out. Same thing, and play around with it. That's the beautiful thing about it is even if you don't play C like this, and you play a C2, you can slide that C2 up, and that's a D sus as well. And so just kind of play around with it. Also, within that idea, not only can you do bar chords like this, you know, you have your G, your G, your A, your F, your G, your A, but you can also do those, what am I trying to say? You can play G, or let's take the chord A. There's A. You can also play A like this, which is just like your F chord that you play already, but if you slide it up to the 5th fret, starting at the 5th fret, and you wrap that thumb around, that's an A. And then if you slide it up even farther, you can repeat it way up here because your frets start over. But yeah, so if you want to play around with that, you can play around with it and see how it goes, and hopefully that'll help you out a little bit. And because man, we don't want to see you guys struggling with the guitar, man. We want to see you confident and strumming away and playing so fast that the thing catches on fire and it's fantastic. And you have to wear fireproof mittens because you're just wailing away. And so yeah, so repeat the patterns and see what you come up with, and you can come up with different chords and different voicings, and people will be like, oh man, what chord is that, right? And you can be like, oh, that's just a G chord, just because, you know, that's how I play it, because I'm cool, or whatever. So, hope that helps. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, I just wasted your time. And either way, have a good one, and we'll see you later. And now I have to get close to the camera to turn the camera off. So, push the button.